Hello, welcome to the Battling Barrow. This is another video where we're going to be looking at some Ziterdes stuff, and these are going to be the two buildings that they sent me for having a look at the dungeon stuff as a thank you from the last video. So if you haven't watched that video, go and watch that one, which is all about the dungeon tiles, which is great because they're so detailed. And so these are the buildings, which is perfect because if you remember a few videos back, I sort of decided I was going to this year concentrate on making my own town, so these will come in handy for that. So let's have a look at them. Hi, this is Kev from the future while I'm editing this video. Just a reminder to there is a discount code available to you guys to watch this channel, which is BBG421. If you use that, you'll get a discount on your orders. And these are the houses that I got sent, and terribly excited that I'm allowed to keep. So we're going to have a look at these, we're going to open them up, have a look at them, and then we're going to get painting them and detailing them and having a review of them. If you've watched my last video, a lot of this I'm going to repeat from that one about the products, about the material. I love this material. This hard foam material is amazing. It's lightweight, it's durable. I mean, I've had my watchtower from these for years, and I'm not that delicate with it, shall we say, and it's still going strong. It hasn't had any untoward damages to it. So I'm going to have a look at the packaging first. And I appreciate packaging like this that isn't all massive box and then when you get in there it's not a lot in there. It is just minimal packaging, so the gate tout itself is just, remove this room, is just in some shrink wrap. So and you can already see how gorgeous this is even before I've opened it with the doors here. We can't wait to get you in close and detail on those. Some shields. We're going to have a lot of fun decorating this and painting it up. But yeah, it just comes in this sort of minimal packaging, which we'll have a look at in a minute, just with a little inside here, little label thing. The watchtower, the Dragonstone watchtower, comes in this shrink wrapped again, but it has a card base in it, so you can see all the other bits they do. They do gaming mats, battle mats. These are like model railway ones, so they've got a static grass in. The ones I started off with, they're beautiful. We have lots of accessories here. If you're an SBG player, they do Lake Town style models here, so that's great. Cathedral Ruin there if you are a 40k player. If you want a gaming board, modular gaming board, they even got you covered there, which is amazing. This is probably something I'm going to look into in the future. I've got the GW one, but I might have a look into this and see what it's like. We have a Dunkelstad, which is what we looked at in the last video, which is amazing. We have Dunkel World, which is a slightly different one, which is kind of dwarfy and movie dwarfy, which leads us into this very familiar scene here. Again, if you're a Middle Earth SBG player, you'll want to get all over that. And this here, which is a nice sort of, I don't know, good for wargaming. Just good for wargaming, and of course accessories like no one's business. So that's that. What we're going to look at first. Should we open this one as we're here first? Once you remove the plastic over the top, there's a little bit of hot glue just securing it in to the bottom here, but a minor bit of force pulls it out, and we end up with this lovely house here. And what I was talking about in last video on the dungeon stuff is it's sort of undercoated already. So you can see here it's this black normally, you got this grey undercoat on the top, and on the roof tiles here you got this red tile undercoat on. So if you didn't want to paint it and just wanted to use it straight out slam it straight on your table. You can already, but that's not what we're here for. We are going to pimp this right up. Lovely detailing on the rock here with the brickwork is also lovely and detailed. Doors are just staggering. But that's what this is. We got stairs here leading up into the house here and the tower. Trapdoor at the top, windows around it. This would make a staggering piece on your table, and it is going to make a staggering piece on our table. We're going to look at first. We need to get into this one, which is a much more simpler affair, and indeed it was. We can have a look at some of this lovely gorgeous detail now. I'll probably get some better shots in a second before we get going with painting and getting it looking as best as possible. Hopefully you can see this. I'll have to get it in the other shot soon, but there is even lead lined window detailing on them. Beautiful, just amazing. I mean, I think this is I'm sort of, why am I making stuff when this stuff's available? Bit of a lovely worn look, the stair to it, where it's a bit run down, maybe not as pristine as the town would like it to be. Yeah, this is, and again, not that light, not that heavy, really light but really strong, really sturdy. Let's get close-up cam in action. First up, the Dragonstone Watchtower. Just looking at the stairs here, you can see how much detail there is. Let's have a look at the lovely detail work here. You can see the shield is engraved up here, and all that wood work there is detailed. The door is staggeringly cool. Brickwork is amazing. You can just see how cool this detail is on it. The trapdoor is spectacular in this piece. Hopefully we can get some have a look at the roof here with these tiles. Just wow, the more I'm trying to show you different details, the more I'm noticing myself. There's so much detail in here that it is amazing. So you can see the sort of brickwork going into the plaster work here. Outhouse building there. Okay, have a look at the next piece, which is the south gate, which we're going to start off looking at this lovely door. See all that lovely detail on that door, the stugwork, the handles, the shields, woodwork, the brickwork. Amazing. So we've got more shields here that we can do something with. Yeah, and this is what I want to show. Hopefully you can see the lead line windows, just amazing. Have a look at the roof, slightly different style to the last one, more shingly, a bit ramshankled. Round window up there. Coming down here, looking at all this detail, the brickwork is stunning. Plaster and brickwork there. Nice wood texture. Coming around the back of it. All there, shuttered windows. Some nice wear and tear on the, I forget what these things are called. Someone tell me in the comments. Yeah. Look at this window. Yeah, that is amazing. On the other side of the door, so this door is barred. And again, more shield work. Lovely stairs with one of these things. Again, just look at that brickwork. Look at the detail on this brickwork. It is amazing. Okay, now I've gushed about it. Let's crack some paint onto it. Side by side. Okay, let's get some paint onto these then. Starting on the house, I'm just going to go with a dry brush of a light grey just over the brickwork. Hopefully you can see this, it just takes paint beautifully. That's what I'm going to do. I'm already sort of undercoated already, so all I've got to do is dry brush over. Like so. Now it just takes paint exceptionally well. This is minimal effort painting, maximum results. When it comes to the tower gate, we're going to paint it in much the same way. We're just going to dry brush grey over. And much like all the other pieces, just by doing this simple dry brush, I mean, you could put it on your table as is, but just by doing this, it really makes your detail pop that's on here. Going to base coat all these areas in a brown, dark brown, so this is burnt umber. So this will cover all the woodwork and all the plaster. Still using the brown, I'm going to water it down and paint the sort of rocks around the wall, because I want these to be a grey brown. And now, using a tan, I'm going to paint the plaster. I have to admit, I'm not too sure what would be best way to approach this is, whether it would have been better to base coat it in the plaster and paint the wood, or do what I'm doing here, base coat in the wood colour and paint the plaster. So that could be up to you. One tip I would recommend either way is when you're painting, start from the top and work your way down. And if you're right-handed, work left to right, and if you're left-handed, work right to left. So that way you don't get any smudging in your hand as you're painting. Using the same tan that we painted the walls, I'm just going to dry brush all the grey brickwork. Using a lighter tan than the one on the wall, I'm going to go over, dry brush all over the woodwork and the walls themselves. And if you get any on the walls, it's not a problem either. Just to weather down the walls. Just to weather down the wood, even. So the dry brushing brings out all the detail, but it makes it look a bit dusty and a bit too bright now. So next stage is a wash. We're just going to use a black wash, and we're going to go over the plaster as well. All the brickwork, just basically over everything, just to uniform it up and tone it down a bit. Everything just looks a bit too bright at the moment. So we're just going to add a wash to the roof. Just add a bit of shading onto the roof tiles. And with all the washing stages, no matter what you do, you have to have faith in it, because it does dry lighter than when it goes on. You just got to have faith that you're not spoiling it, you're not darkening it down. One thing I don't want on the roof particularly as well is any pooling, so I'm going to work it around, move it around. So you can see here where I'm working on it, it's drying out already. This is where it's dry, this is where it's not. You can see that it's, hopefully see, that it dries lighter than when you first put it on, say to here where it's wet. So no need to panic if you thought when I was putting it on it looked a bit dark to begin with. It dries lighter. But it just uniforms it all in, just brings it all back. Adds a bit of shading, adds a bit of difference there. Good stuff. Going to paint the metalwork in a dark metallic. For that I'll be using lead belcher. So I first undercoated it all in black and now we're just going to go over it with the lead belcher. But for this building I'm doing the metalwork in black as I want it to be wrought iron. I had a look at some Tudor door images and they all seem to have nice wrought iron metalwork when they were sort of looking like this. So that's what I've tried to mimic. And now onto the windows. Whilst I'm looking at pictures, I'm going to look at how windows would look, especially Tudor windows. So it just looks like, because of the way light works, it just looks like they're black, so I'm just going to paint them black. You could, if you wanted to go the extra mile, and I've got a video on this, paint them slightly different shades of blue, representing the sun reflecting. But looking at pictures, the most realistic one would be black. Doing the more blue would be more stylized, which was perfect for my old hammer buildings I was doing, but for this, just going to paint them black. And you can see really got these done and it just looks good. Looks good. I might come in with some sort of varnish over them just to get a bit of reflection going on. And don't forget the turret windows. Those a little black line. I'm continually noticing more detail on these models, which is great. Just notice around the chimney there is some lead flashing. So I'm just going to use Citadel Paint's lead belcher as the lead colour. Makes sense, lead belcher, lead. Just going to paint that around there. And I've also noticed on bits here, like here, they got nails. So I can paint these, so as these would be galvanised nails, so they would be metallic. Just notice these, they're actually tiles, so closest colour I think I can get to these in my collection is this, so what's it called now? Doomball Brown. Dark flesh, I'm sure I used to have a terracotta colour, which would have been ideal, but hopefully this won't look too out of place. A little tip just to make sure your building doesn't look like it's floating. Just come along with a bit of glue, water down PVA, run it along the bottom. If you watch any of my videos you know I do this a lot on buildings. You've got a purpose built board, you know, you don't have to worry about this, but you don't want to have buildings just look like they're plonked on top of your board. The best way to do it is a bit of glue along there, and a bit of some sort of modelling flock. In this case this is Woodland Seams Green Blend, and just sort of get it sprinkled on the bottom. Nothing too heavy. Thin, where are we? Thin little line. One thing to note is don't do any over the door because that will be a moving part, opens and closes. So you really don't really want to add in there. And on bits where there's a corner, make you go a bit higher. Where the vegetation is really grown in, just to really sell it. Yeah. Now I'm just going to add some sort of shrubbery on, made from lichen. I'm just going to add to this corner here and a few others. So lots of PVA glue. And just come up with some lichen. Sort of build it up. So, and done the same a few other places, not many, a little bit there. I think with that these are now done. We're going to look at, so we'll get them all set up and have a look at them properly in a minute, but I thought I'd just quick go over here. I haven't painted the shields yet. There's a very good reason, and I keep mentioning it in videos, is that this year I'm planning to make sort of a whole town just for fun, or sort of wargaming RPG tabletop town. And so until I've got that a bit more designed and I know what the background story is and who's in charge of this town, so forth, I'm leaving these blank, and I'll return to them when I've got that done and add in the sort of heraldry onto them. And to be honest, I'm a little bit sad. One of the, I guess, I don't know if I'd call it a negative or anything, but all the hard work is already done for you. So painting it was quite quick and painless. So and I was really enjoying it, and now it's over. So I guess the solution for that is to buy more buildings. You can see here, it just looks fantastic. It's just same story as Shields here, but yeah, it looks amazing. And I mentioned earlier on in the video when I said minimum effort, maximum result. What I meant was I wasn't putting minimum effort into it, as it were. I wasn't haphazardly, doing it in a slapdash manner. It just didn't require a lot of effort on my part to get it to look this good. All the hard work is done for you within the product itself. Let's have a look at the Dragonstone Watchtower. Again, it's just amazing. It's just, and I guess you could even sort of somehow take it further. I don't know. Drill out the windows, put lights into it, etc., etc. You see here. So that is a look at the buildings from Ziterdes. I'd like to take this time to thank the guys at Ziterdes for giving me the opportunity to have a look at this stuff and work on them. Don't forget the offer code that is available to viewers of this channel, which is BBG421. That will give you a discount on your orders. Please make good use of that. Before we get set up and do like the end glamour shots, I want to take the time to thank you guys for watching these videos as well. You seem to enjoy them and have a good look at the products. Let me know what you think if you've placed an order when you get the products. So thanks for watching, guys. Let's have a look at the glamour shots. Until the next video, I'll say goodbye, stay safe, and see you then. The party has returned to town to report their findings about the troll to the Burgomaster. That's strange, the wizard says. The gates are shut. Gatekeeper, let us in. We have news for the Burgomaster. What is it? What do you want? Says Hans, the old gatekeeper. It is us. We have news for the Burgomaster. Okay. The heroes enter town. Barbarian looks at the quest notice board. I wonder if there's any more quests. Don't be stupid, says the wizard. You can't read. As they approach the fountain, they notice the foul water. This looks as foul as that within the dungeon, says the elf. Keep up, Master Dwarf, the wizard says. Dragonstone Tower is up ahead, and the Burgomaster awaits.